Auction time. This is the 3S series auction. 3S01. This is a blade made from raw Flint River or Georgia Chert. I made this off camera. I tried to pay attention to the edge quality on this one, but it's pretty similar to my other ones. I did grind this area down here, the hafting area. This is a little over 6 inches by 1 7/8. Yeah, 1 7/8. Yeah, I'm trying to make more of these modern looking blades. Okay. 3S02, another knife blade. This one is made of heat treated Georgia Chert or Flint River. Now this one I took a long time on the edges. I did this off camera. I was working on this late last night to try to get the edge thin and consistent. It's thicker back here, but I tried to get as thin as I could. Now this gave me a lot of trouble because it's inconsistent. And there's a patch right here I couldn't clean up that well. See, that stepped right there on that area where it's kind of chalky. Anyway, did my best to pressure flake the edges so that they'd be thin and sharp with a small tip pressure flaker, 5 1/8 by 1 3/8. Yeah, this started out as a much bigger piece, but it gave me fits because of the inconsistencies. You know, usually, well, the rule is the prettier the material, the harder it is to knap, and this was no exception. Okay. (3S03), another knife blade. This is raw Georgia Chert, Flint River. Hold on. Yeah, Flint River. Again, I pressure flaked it very carefully to try to get the edges, well, this edge as thin as I could, and then this one is consistent. It's not as thin up here, so the backs of these blades are thicker than the business end or the business edge, and it is ground down back here. 4 3/8 by 1 7/8. It does have a patch of inconsistent material, but it wasn't bad. I napped through it. (3S04). I made this one on video. One of the few points I actually made on video this week. And I did also try to get these edges as thin as possible with this pressure flaking technique that I've been using. Just a very careful pressure flaking technique. Okay. And this is a heat treat. All right. Boxes. 3S05. This is a box of Brooks and Bifaces. This is a heat treat Georgia Chert. Heat treat Georgia Chert. think this might be a raw Georgia Chert. I broke this one on video. I think these are the pieces. Yeah. You can see it on video. This one, I don't know if I broke on video. I can't remember. This is a random heat treat. I don't know where I got it from. Interesting material, but very fragile. This is a piece of Ocala heat treat, Ocala, Florida Chert. Kind of give you an idea what that's like. Did I break this on video? This is a piece of heat treated Burlington. This is a doodle from a while ago. It's a 400-degree heat treat Texas Chert. I don't know when I did that. Let's see. One of these is that from this one? Yeah, okay. I think I broke that on video. Heat treat Georgia Chert. This one I did on video, but I sharpened the edges a little bit last night using a, fine point pressure flaker. But it's just a rough, biface. It's kind of refined around the edges, but I was just testing out the pressure flaking technique on the obsidian. Okay. Just a little preform for a hunting point. I broke this one on video, I believe. Yeah. Heat treat. I think this is a Jasper. Georgia Jasper. Very delicate. I don't know when I snapped this one. I think this one might have been one of my dacite or dacite fails. Yeah. And just a raw little piece of Texas Chert. Tough. Very tough, but it seems to flake all right. There's not many steps on it. All right. S06. This is a box of bifaces. Georgia Chert heat treat 400 degrees. This is Ocala heat treat 600 degree plus. I don't know what the temperature was on this. This batch was a gift. 520 degrees. I think I did this one on video. It's a Texas Chert heat treat. This is a Georgia swirly Chert heat treat 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I did this last week. It's the same kind of stuff as this blade. So just be aware it's very delicate. But it's got some really nice coloration to it. And interesting. So it'll be inconsistent. Very easy to nap in some areas and some areas not so much. So just be aware. And I did this on video. This is either Keo Cook or something similar. Heat treat. I don't know what temperature. I think it's a heat treat. It may be raw. I don't know. It feels raw because it's rough and dry. But it napped all right. All right, so 5 bifaces. S07. A box of heat-treated Georgia Chert flakes. Let's see. This one is heated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a little bit on the higher side. They should nap well. Did a batch that was really too hot, but this one wasn't. I lowered the heat treat temperature. I wasn't heat treating this at 450 to 475, but it was too much. So I lowered it to 425, and that's what this batch is. So they should all nap well. There might be a few issues, but that doesn't look like anything. All these should be clean flakes, even though there might be a slightly wonky. Clean, flat flakes. For the most part, different sizes. I didn't try to categorize or separate these by size. It's just all kinds of sizes in here. And you can see it turns that reddish color, but on the inside it's more of a golden color. Okay, plenty of these flakes. All right. This one here shows signs of either heat treat damage or some kind of strange napping damage. But there shouldn't be very much of an issue with heat treat damage. I could take that one out and put another one in. Yeah. All these should be clean as far as no damage. There might be a couple issues like this. That's a natural defect. Yeah, I'll find a clean piece to replace that one, because that looks like it may have issues with heat treat crazing. All right. (3S08) same thing, box of heat treat. This one is 400 degrees, so 08, that's 400 degrees, so a little bit less. Very similar sized flakes as the last box, all kinds of different sizes and different colors on the Cherts. This is all Georgia Chert heat treats. It's becoming one of my favorite materials, if not the favorite. I really do like this stuff. Hopefully the supply will not run out anytime soon. Hint, hint, hint. Yeah, there may be an issue with that one, a little crack in it. Yeah, I put in some smaller flakes and some larger, various sizes, various consistencies. They won't all nap the same. Okay, some of them will nap and feel kind of rough, and some of them will be like buttery smooth. That almost looks like a raw piece right there. Now, this might even be a raw piece. If it is raw, I need to replace that. I don't want to put something in that looks raw. All right. But it's a lower heat treat, so maybe I don't have my billet. I could test it. I'll just keep it in. I'll test it later. If it's raw, I'll substitute it with a piece of heat treat. Let's keep that on top. All right. Okay, 3S09 and 3S10, 2 boxes of Debitage flakes, very similar to each other. Okay, come on, let's see. Very similar mix, so there's a little bit of dacite, a little bit of obsidian, everything that I've been working, heat treat, raw, you name it, it's in there. Let's see if I can get a better view. Yeah, it's all in here. These are all similar. You'll find smoky pieces of obsidian and various other. There's some triple flow in here. These Debitage flakes are various sizes. Some of them are, you know, on the smaller side. Some of them are this size. And this is heat treated Burlington, but it's kind of a mid-grade to low-grade, this particular piece. I don't know what that is. Georgia Chert of some sort. But yeah, it's all kind of mixed. But they're similar to each other. Here's that Keokuk stuff that I napped on video. Okay. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this one is number 9. This one is 10. Okay. 3S11, 3S12, 2 more boxes of Debitage flakes. I've been saving all the Debitage. I usually do save it, but a lot of times I don't save like little ones like this. This is Georgia Jasper, and it's a mix of heat treat and raw Georgia Jasper and or Georgia Flint River. There's some Texas stuff in here. Like this one has a strange coloration near the cortex. This is a Texas Chert, and I found this at the Debitage, in a Debitage pile at the last Texas Knapping that I was in. So I saved the flakes, the interesting flakes that I found. A lot of these are Texas Cherts that I did not nap. So a lot of this stuff is from the Knapping Debitage pile, mixed in with my stuff that I napped. All right, so you'll see these unusual Cherts that I've never seen before, that the guys were napping here in Texas. This is a lower quality heat treat Burlington. Some of it's high quality raw. There should not be any low quality raw in here. I usually toss out all the low quality raw stuff that's not really heat treatable. I included some of this stuff because it had interesting colors in them, but they're kind of rough sometimes. These flakes are smaller than the previous boxes. The smaller flakes are smaller than the previous. Yeah, there's some Jasper flakes in here that I have no idea what they are. Anyway, they're similar. These are similar. Okay. So this one's 11, and that one's 12. All right. Okay, rules. Bid in the comment section under one of my pre-populated comments. This means that you will be replying to one or more of my comments. So I'll put comments in the comment section of this video. I will write them in, and they will have the timestamp and the item number. The timestamp is so you can go directly to your item without having to watch the whole video. Just click on the little timestamp. And it'll have a short description. My pre-populated comments will contain the item number, timestamp, and a short description. Okay. I will like your comment if I see it. So your comment is your bid. I will like it if I see it. Sometimes comments are not always visible. It may take a while for me to like your comment, but as time approaches the end of the auction, I will check more frequently. Yeah, sometimes the comments are not always visible. All right, so sometimes I don't see these comments, and sometimes other people don't see your comments. Just keep track to see if I hit the like button on your comment. As time gets closer to the end of the auction, I check more frequently. I may not check all that frequently, like when it starts, early in the day, but I will check more frequently later on. All right. I have a demo on my tablet on Video Auction 3J. This demo I'll show you how to bid, all right, on a tablet. Should be the same or similar on a computer or phone. Try not to bid at the last minute. I'm using YouTube's time tracker, and it's not always accurate. It can be up to 2 minutes off. Please be aware of this. Very important. If you're in the habit of bidding at the last minute, or you're thinking about doing it, just remember or be aware that YouTube's time tracker can be up to 2 minutes off. Now, what is YouTube's time tracker? YouTube keeps track of when you post it, right? It'll have a time. 9 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 5 days ago. It'll have a little timestamp on it. I use that to judge if you're on time. The reason why I use that is because everyone sees it. And if it's up front and everyone sees it, it's fair to everybody. But what's weird about it is sometimes it can be 2 minutes off. So you may be late, even though you know you're on time and I know you're on time. YouTube will say, nope, not on time. Okay. All right. So let's see. Shipping is free in the U.S. I need to change these rates down here for Canada. Anyway, international shipping is discounted but not free. Okay. Let me just change this really fast here. I keep getting updates on the international shipping. Okay. If you're an international bidder and you win, I'll add these. Okay. If you're in Canada, it's the first number. $10 extra for first class package. It's $20 extra for anywhere else. All right. Small priority flat rate box, 20 for Canada. Added 30 for everybody else. Medium priority flat rate box, 40 for Canada and 50 for everybody else. But it depends also. These things change for international rates. They change almost on a monthly basis. Okay. All right. And the requirements for shipping to pass customs changes on these too. I've had issues where the form that I fill out doesn't specify certain things, and it takes longer for me at the post office to tell them what's going on with the package. Why is it so heavy? Blah, blah, blah. Is it, does it include this whole list of stuff? And, they'll read off, does it include anything hazardous or dangerous of any type? And I'll usually just put that the package contains arrowhead pendants. If it has to do with a point or a knife, it'll be an arrowhead pendant. If it is a box of flakes or something, I'll put in lapidary stones. Okay? So there you go. I will provide tracking numbers. I accept PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, check or money orders. I can also email you an electronic invoice if you that you can pay with a card. I've also been asked if I could do bank transfers or direct deposit. And sometimes I'll say, yeah, I can do that. It depends if I've done business with you before. But then, like the last time I was asked, I said, yeah, I can do it. But then he came back and says, forget it. I don't know how to do it. So they just use PayPal or something. But anyway, these are the principal methods of payment. Okay? PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, check or money orders. If you've got something that's different than this, I'll try to work with you. All right. Winners will be announced starting at 9:01 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 8 Central, 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific. That's when the winners will be announced, which is the end of the auction. Okay? 9:01 or 8:01 or 7:01 or 6:01, depending on your time zone. All right. I will reply to your winning bid with sold, thank you, item number, and price. Please email me your name, address, etc. to jackcrafty2@gmail.com. If I already have your information, you don't need to do this. It's nice. I like getting the email anyway. That way it's in the record, so to speak. And I have the documentation that you bid and all that. But if you've already done business with me, this is just redundant. If you're new, this is extremely important. There's no PMs in YouTube. There's no reminders. I can't just send you a reminder. If I've never done business with you, I need to know who to send the item to. Okay? And include your YouTube name and your real name and make sure that I know who you are, because a lot of times those are different. Okay. There is a more complete description of the rules in the description box. If you have questions, please email me at jackcrafty2@gmail.com. Auction 3J has a demo on my tablet. I already said that. Please look at my previous auctions to see how they work. If you are not able to reply or comment, you will not be able to bid. If you don't know how to reply or comment, please practice on another one of my videos. I will work with you by email if you're having issues with comments or replies. All right, so that's it. This is the cheat notes for the rules. There's a bigger explanation or a better explanation in the description box. And you can also look at my previous auctions. I have many. Look for the blue background. If you're visually oriented, just scroll through all my videos, and if it has a blue background, it's an auction video. All right? So I hope you guys had a good weekend, and hope you liked the auction items, and good luck.